Hi, this is Tom Malone. This is discussion board week 3 for BBS 200 Advanced Ballistics. I did review the 10 most common reloading mistakes and found it to be a good refresher. I picked up a few tips in there that I didn't know about before, especially for rifle cartridges. I only reload one rifle cartridge, and that right now is a 223. So I don't have a lot of experience with rifle cartridges per se, like the big boys, like 30-06 or 270 Winchester or bigger. But I do have a lot of pistol reloading experience, and the one rifle that I do reload is a bottleneck cartridge, which does add a little bit of a challenge there. And for me, most of the challenge is all those mistakes apply to a straight wall cartridge, essentially then would apply to a bottleneck. But with a bottleneck cartridge specifically, it has a greater impact because of the shoulder and the neck, whereas you don't have that dynamic in a straight wall cartridge. How can you prevent those? Measurement, and inspection. Just measure your cartridges before you load them, measure them after you load them, after you fire them, before you fire them. Just measure, record, separate. Make sure you take a hard look at your shoulders and your neck case, as well as do a good inspection for your head space at the bottom of the cartridge, and inspect the rim. The rim will give you a lot of indications. If that rim and primer pocket start to flatten out, it's going to give you a lot of indications that that cartridge is probably at the end of its life and you need to get a new case. And that's really about it. Again, attention to detail, inspection, and more attention to detail. And always put safety number one, and you'll probably have a pretty good experience with your reloading. And you won't make that many mistakes. There's always going to be a primer that didn't get seated properly, a bullet that didn't get crimped properly. There's always going to be something out there. And if you load 100 rounds and you get off with 95 that are really good, you've done a good job. I've challenged myself to, if I load 100 rounds of 223, to see if I can get 98 of them to pass the inspection. If I'm doing better than 97, 98 per 100 that are all overall length correct, primer seated correct, brass looks good, then I think I'm doing a really good job. And the most important part, of course, is to weed out that 1, 2, or 3 rounds that are going to be unacceptable or in any question. And then we either take them apart and throw out the components, or reuse the components you can reuse, and recycle the powder. And that's it. Thanks.